Hi, this is Jeff Lesher with What's the Point? And the point this week is that we can work effectively together, even when we disagree about certain things, especially how to pursue common objectives, when we believe in the general goodness and goodwill of one another. We're surrounded by all kinds of factors that make us doubt that we can be critical without being negative, or that we can have a different point of view without being in conflict with one another. And in fact, a certain amount of tension is productive. We do our best when we have people who are generally aligned around getting to the same place, but have different experiences and different ideas about how to most effectively get there. And then we come up with a plan that accounts for many of these things. We agree on a time frame, and we establish measures of progress and success, and we check in with those things, which we call data, which we call facts, which work together to create our respective truth, so that we can properly and consistently, and if you will, agreeably assess, is what we're doing working? Are we getting more of the outcome that we desire? Because the world that we're enveloped in has significant percentages of people who believe in the opposite of facts. They take the most baseless, credulity-bending ideas and they invest themselves in them, I think, as much as anything, because they've lost hope. They feel disenfranchised. So that's the world around us, and the world around us affects the world within our respective organizations, because we bring our whole selves to work, and that includes all the baggage that we might otherwise want to pretend gets left at the doorstep. But it's okay if we commit ourselves to reversing, at least in the business context, that trend, that feeling of disconnection and isolation that leads us to believe in bullshit, for lack of a more technical way to say that. And I can get pretty worked up about those elements, but they're not as important specifically as they are to understand that in the absence of the story that we want to have in people's heads, and we tell people this all the time, in the absence of that narrative, they're going to make up their own. That's a vacuum that needs to be filled. And often, what they fill it with is not particularly complimentary, or let's just say practically hopeful. We can make it hopeful by helping to establish something that we can achieve and we believe we can achieve. And this gets communicated. It's not yes, but. It's not something needs to be deep sixed in order for us to pursue something that will be effective. It's how do we build on what is working and our belief that together we can pursue something of importance and be successful in at least getting closer to that and learning something along the way that allows us to advance beyond that. So given the world of conspiracism, a term that Peggy Noonan used in a recent Wall Street Journal column, given conspiracism that surrounds us, how do we recognize that and, at least within our business context, establish an antidote based on hopefulness, an antidote that becomes rooted in objective measures, i.e. facts, i.e. data, that we agree on and then use to further inform us as we move forward. That's a good solution to huge opportunity. And if we take that initiative and make the world a little bit better as a result, even if it's just within our business, imagine the effect that that can have when we take our whole selves back out into the larger world, with the experience that when we come together around things that we generally agree we should be pursuing and we believe we can accomplish if we work together, we actually can do those things. That is the point.